This is how to make gloves of your hands and shoes of your feet. Or how to make gloves of your hands. Okay, how to make one mitten of your hand. So, the first step is to go to Instructables.com, look up your professor's old tutorial about how he made a balaclava of his own face. Because you think that's awesome. And you really like it when things are like of themselves, like all this Jean Paul Gaultier stuff where it's a body printed on a piece of clothing. It's just awesome. So then your professor made a balaclava, but you are thinking about what other body parts you could do and how you could do it in a new media style so pretty easily. So it occurs to you that you could probably have some success making gloves of your hands and shoes of your feet. So, also using Instructables, you look up how to make a glove because you have some sewing experience. There's this awesome tutorial right here. And then you look up how to make shoes. And you're looking for those gross running shoes that look like feet. They have toes. Yep, those ones. Because you know that those will be perfect to print feet on. So you do that. And then you take pictures of all of the different sides of the parts of your body you need. You pull them into GIMP and you cut them out like so before arranging them on like one piece so it all looks like this. I will explain why this is important later, but then you have those two pictures. After that, you're going to look up Rasterbator on the internet, and once you pull things into there, it basically it uses printer size pieces of paper to make any size like cardboard cutout you want. So you can't see it in this video, but there's a little guy for scale in the background, and it shows you how big your print will be. I wanted my gloves to be slightly bigger than my actual body size because I thought that would look weird. The next step is to go to So Green because So Green is awesome. Everything there is donated and the people there are super helpful. So you find this white fabric. Then because you're using a printer, you're going to have to cut those into letter size pieces of paper. So you watch Minecraft videos on YouTube on the TV with your roommate and you cut those up into those sizes. Then you wrestle with the Sage Art Center printer and it's really scary. You have to pull out the bottom tray because you can't see what happens in the bottom tray and you don't want the fabric to get stuck. Because what you've done here is you've stapled the piece of paper to the fabric because the tutorial suggested that you use a packing slip that's the same size. I'm sure that would work much better, but I didn't want to spend any money on it. Yes, so then you put it through the printer when you should not do that. And it finally works, and also it's one of the scariest things ever to see because about halfway through it stops and you're like, oh my god, I broke this printer, it's so expensive, I'm really scared. But then it actually works and it's awesome. I will say here that I do wish that I had, followed the instructions and treated the fabric because the way that the gloves look now, a lot of the ink has kind of fallen out or rubbed off on things. So they're not as vibrant. Not that they were particularly vibrant here. So then I'm really tired and it's Tuesday and I want to finish this project, but I'm a little bit ready to give up. And then my girlfriend puts their hand in the glove and I'm like, wait, this is actually still really cool and sick. And even if I just finish one glove, it'll be fire. So I bring it over to the sewing machine and I sew the two sides together. This is another example of a part that's really difficult. It's really hard to line up the fingers with each other, with each side, and with your fingers and the gloves. So I ended up making a mitten, which I wish I had a different way to do it. However, I think that the element of the mitten, seeing the space in between the fingers, makes it weirder. And I really like that, actually. This is my friend Bug with their hand and the glove, but their hand is up, so it looks really weird and gross. Overall, I would say that I can replicate this project and I would do it again. I wish that I had more time to do it full out so I'd have some shoes on my feet. I will, below this, I'd like to make some written instructions that are less convoluted than my voiceover about how you could do this, with links to those Instructables tutorials that I took inspiration from.